Hello and welcome to Star Trek at 60, where we look at the feature films of the Star Trek franchise as the entire franchise turns 60 years old this year. And if you've been following me along, I've been going through the feature films. We went through the six from the original cast. We went through the four from the Next Generation crew. And last time we were together, we talked about the reboot with J.J. Abrams. If you've been following me for a while, you know that in one of the rewinds I did earlier this year, I did Star Trek Beyond, which was the 13th of the feature films, a film that I like quite a bit. So you can check that one out. So today, is actually our final one of the Star Trek at 60 franchise, and it is the second one from J.J. Abrams. It was ended up being the 12th of the feature films that they did, and that is Star Trek Into Darkness. This one, the follow up, and if I told you last time we were together that the J.J. Abrams reboot for Star Trek is one of my favorite Star Trek films. In fact, it's number two for me, only behind Wrath of Khan, which is a movie that I love quite a bit. That we talked about very early on, was the second feature film from Star Trek, probably the gold standard for Star Trek films. And there was a lot of wonder of what they were going to do with this J.J. Abrams universe for their second installment. And I mentioned before, I generally like all of the reboot, the three of the films in the franchise, but this is probably the weakest of them. And it's because it really tries in some ways to remake Wrath of Khan. And when you're going to remake the greatest Star Trek, that is a tall order. They do a few things different here. I liked the idea of Benedict Cumberbatch playing Khan, but he doesn't really have the same energy. And because, in keeping with this world and how the timeline had shifted, they do some reversals. So, some classic Spock sequences that were really incredible and really moving from Wrath of Khan get reversed, become Kirk sequences. This isn't a bad movie. I think it gets a lot of hate because of what it attempted to do. I have it as number seven in my Star Trek rankings, kind of somewhere in the middle. I don't mind it. There are a lot of things about the visual presentation and things that I like, but it definitely does not hold up to Wrath of Khan.